19 minutes after 7 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning. It is October 21st, 2015. You're listening to The Source, WOCA, broadcasting live from the Paddock Mall just outside the WOCA commissary, formerly known as the food court. It is 64 degrees. The forecast looks pretty good. 20% chance of rain. Highest in the lower 80s. A light breeze from the northeast. There you go. There's your Wednesday morning. Good morning, Robin. How you doing?
Good. Good morning, Larry. How are you?
Pretty good. Got a good show this morning. Let me tell you what we've gone to do, huh? 7:35 till 8 o'clock. It's news and commentary time. I'm going to steal a line from Paul Harvey. News and commentary. I couldn't decide on one story that I wanted to focus on, so we'll just kind of talk about the ones that are surfacing at the top or rising to the top of the news this morning.
Okay.
And we'll offer plenty of commentary.
Okay.
Then at 8:35 we will deliver the news in a different way. We will offer no commentary at all. Not only will we not, but we won't open the phones. By the way, the 7:35 segment, the phone lines are open and your commentary is always welcome. 8:35 is when we don't do that. We just simply read a shortened version of the news. We call it News Bites for that reason, and it gives you a chance to catch up on the news. Donna Hoffman is a QVC on-air host. You've probably seen her on QVC. You might have seen her on Better TV, ABC News, CNBC. This lady gets around, and this morning she's going to be on the radio with us. I booked her, huh? It says my name on here. Okay. Yep. Donna Hoffman is also an award-winning interior designer known as the Interior Design Advocate.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
She's coming on to talk to us about consumer support, how to watch your back, and what your subcontractor won't tell you. Oh, that gets deeper than I thought.
Yeah, nice gal.
9:35, Laura Burns will be in the studio from Career Source Citrus Levy Marion. Laura always brings us information that could lead to you changing your career or just getting a better job or moving up in your chosen career to a different job that pays better or that you like better. Sometimes it's not about money. Jeff Serlin at 10:05. Jeff is a two-time cancer survivor. He's a lifelong entrepreneur, the founder and president of SchoolFundraisers.com, and he's going to talk to us about Cancer Wellness TV, which is a free online platform providing videos, articles, and information about complementary cancer therapies and cancer support services. Sounds like something we need to pay attention to at 10:05. 10:35, pay attention to John Fuller. He's an attorney here in Ocala. That happens to me sometimes. The ER comes out when it's...
From New York?
That's a New York thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so John will be here to answer your questions, and of course he will address legal questions. 11:05, I found an interesting article, and I just don't know what to believe. But anyway, there are some apps out there that claim to be ghost finding or ghost hunting apps. As we get close to Halloween, these kinds of stories seem to make their way into my inbox. But anyway, so I was looking at these, and then I said, okay, are these for real? So that was the rabbit hole I went down, and I went looking to see if they were real. And they are real. Whether they really work or not, that's, I guess, up to you to decide. But those who do ghost hunting for a living, and there are people who do this for a living.
We interviewed the original ghost hunters.
We've had these guys on, and they are up and down swearing that they have technology that can indicate that there's a ghost in the room, or that they've said something on a recording, and it's given me the creeps a couple times. So anyway, so could you, as a non-trained ghost hunter, actually find ghosts simply by downloading an app to your smartphone?
Oh, wow.
So these ghost hunters that do it for a living, they tried these apps, these ghost hunting apps. I'm going to tell you what they discovered.
Oh.
I don't know.
Not now, though. Later?
Yeah, at 11:05.
11:05.
Yeah, that's my 11:05 segment.
Wait.
Yeah, no, not now. Just trust me, there are some ghost finding apps out there. And
wow.
It would take too long to do it right now. There's no way.
Gosh.
Speaking of voices... voices from ghosts. Voices from your traveling expert, Anthony James, at 11:20. Do I have that right? Anthony will be on the air to talk about travel. He is the general manager of Homewood Suites, so he knows a little bit about staying in a hotel.
Yep.
and traveling and getting to those hotels. He gave us some good information last week. I want him to repeat it. He didn't do it on the air last week. It was about these real affordable airplane flights. You see, I avoided the word cheap. See how I avoided that word?
Yeah, you were excellent.
Affordable.
Good job.
So anyway, Anthony will be here. He didn't tell us on the air, and he said he sent us a Facebook post. He said, "Oh man, I should have mentioned this on the air." What was it? $49 flights?
Yeah, $49 one way.
Something like that. So we'll find out what that is when he gets here at 11:20. Fun with Joe today. You know what today is?
It's Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. And hold on.
I'm not going to say the other word.
Oh, hump day?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's fun.
It is hump day.
Yeah.
But it is also, hold on, I'm going to tell you what it is. Today is National Medical Assistance Recognition Day.
Oh, okay.
So if you're a medical assistant, thank you for what you've chosen to do with your life. You are certainly making a difference. Today is also Support Your Local Chamber of Commerce Day.
Oh, nice.
Here in Ocala, we have the Chamber of Commerce teamed up with the, what do you call it again?
Economic Development Council.
And they call themselves the CEP, which stands for the Chamber and Economic Partnership, which, by the way, tomorrow there's a ribbon cutting at 5 p.m. at the Corkscrew Winery here in Ocala, 1 block from Starbucks. And so that ribbon cutting will be, 5 p.m. tomorrow. There you go.
Yep. Enjoy it.
Go get
Enjoy the wine.
Cup of wine. Today is also Hagfish Day.
You gotta explain to me what a hagfish is.
I don't know what a hagfish is. Today is also National Reptile Awareness Day. I am very aware of my reptiles. Let me tell you this. I know my reptiles very well. Today is also National Pumpkin Cheesecake Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you need to know that.
I've not
Sounds
had
good.
a pumpkin cheesecake.
And maybe one of the least memorable theme songs to a movie is this one. It just doesn't have that same
Flair.
recognizableness. That is the theme song to Back to the Future, and today is Back to the Future Day because in one of the films in the Back to the Future series, see this, I don't even remember this theme song. Isn't this crazy?
Yeah, no, this is not memorable at all. I couldn't tell you what it was if you just played it and didn't say what it was.
So today is the day, October 21st, 2015. Marty McFly goes to the future in one of the movies. I don't think it was the first one. I think it was one of the.
It was the second.
The latter ones. Okay.
Yeah, the second one he went to the future.
So on Fun with Joe today, what do you think the game is?
Back to the Future?
Back to the Future trivia. Yes.
Yay!
Man, the one good question would be, what movie is this from?
Yeah.
You would say Star Wars. It's one of these.
Yeah, it's one of those feeling kind of songs.
It's one of those incidental pieces.
Yeah.
Wow.
Be John Williams, huh?
But you know what it really reminds me of? It doesn't remind me of the movie. It reminds me of the ride more than the movie.
Oh, yeah.
The ride at Universal Studios. You know why? Because the line for the ride was 2 hours long.
Yes, it was.
And this would play and loop over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, it did.
So if you think about it, you really heard it more if you stood in that line back in those days. I don't even know if that ride is still there.
I don't know, but boy, the kids loved it. And it was always open on Halloween.
It was, oh yes, the kids loved it. It was a good ride. It was
very good.
I remember it was a good ride too, but I don't like standing 2 hours in line for anything.
No, it's tough.
I'm not saying I won't. I'm just saying I don't like it.
Yeah.
And in fact, I usually don't. If it says 2 hours, I go to something else. It's the reason why I've never gone on the soaring ride over in, is that in Epcot?
I think so, yeah. October is a great month to go to Disney because, not too many tourists are down here.
Oh, I didn't know that. And also on the Galen Unold segment from Life South, sticking with the Back to the Future theme, I have 10 Back to the Future predictions that came true.
Oh,
10
wow.
Back to the Future predictions that came true.
Cool.
All right. Elsewhere in the news, I got a couple of light things. Before we get to the heavy things on the other side of the break. But a light thing here. Subway, sandwich shop, has announced that they will start serving antibiotic-free chicken and turkey. Antibiotic-free chicken and turkey at its U.S. restaurants next year. And within the next 9 years, will stop selling any meat from animals given antibiotics.
Okay.
Wonder why.
Yeah.
The company, competitors such as Chipotle Mexican Grill Incorporated and McDonald's Corporation have announced similar supply chain shifts. Where's the music that takes us out? There it is. Adding pressure on U.S. livestock producers to cut human antibiotics from their beef, hogs, and poultry production.
Okay.
Subway said customers would be able to start buying chicken raised without antibiotics at its more than 27,000 restaurants starting in March.
How come they just don't start it right now? Why do they wait all the time?
Because, Robin, it's a big opening. It's a big thing. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. A suspect is in custody following the shooting death of a New York City police officer.
This is the hardest thing that we do when we mourn one of our own.
New York City Police Commissioner Bill Bratton says 33-year-old Randolph Holder is the fourth officer killed in the last year. The U.S. and Russia have signed an agreement over the use of airspace in Syria as both nations conduct airstrikes in the war-torn nation.
We do not agree with the Russians on their strategy in Syria. At a minimum, we can agree with them on the safe operations of flights over Syria between our air crews and theirs.
Pentagon Press Secretary Peter Cook says no sharing of strategic information is involved. You can now become an owner of Ferrari, not the car, but the company. The luxury sports and Formula One racing legend is offering shares to the public today. Parent company Fiat Chrysler floating about 1/10 of the company's shares on Wall Street under the stock name Race. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
What are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
Well, what are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. Don't you remember me? Don't you know that we miss you?
Miss me? Who misses me?
You know, all your friends in the forest. The trees, the pond, that little fort that you made out of branches. We all miss you.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
The forest is not that far away. Have an adventure today. I'm sure your mom would take you.
You're right. I should get out. I want to have fun. Play in puddles, catch frogs, and climb trees. Hey, Mom!
Yeah, hon? Steven, what is that on your hand?
It's my sense of adventure, Mom. It's telling me we need to get out of the house and have some fun in nature today.
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Career Source Citrus Levy Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source Citrus Levy Marion and learn how they can help you.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
Located next door to Silver Spring State Park and a few minutes from historic downtown Ocala, our award-winning Holiday Inn Express Hotel and Suites of Silver Springs is the place to stay for a friendly, memorable, and fun experience. Enjoy our fast and free Wi-Fi, complimentary hot breakfast, and free parking. Whether you're in town for work or play, our friendly staff will make you feel right at home. That's the Holiday Inn Express and Suites of Silver Springs. Proud sponsor Friday night Marion County High School football on WOCA, The Source.
Who doesn't love heading out on a boat with a family, hitting the ATV trails with friends, or blazing new stretches of highway with riding buddies? Your toys are your ticket to outdoor fun. At the McDonald Allstate Agency, we get to know you and help make sure you have all the right coverages. Plus, when you bundle your coverage for your car and your home with your boat, motorcycle, RV, or more, you can save up to 30%. So call the McDonald Allstate Agency today at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations at Calla Hills or the Jasmine Square Plaza.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary. Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship for the youth of Marion County ages 17 to 24. The club will donate up to $4,000 towards a pilot's license. This will help get the student on their way to obtaining their commercial pilot license. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, or if you know someone that would be, please contact Ocala Aviation Services, 861-7484.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line and a new spoiler.
Yeah, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
All right, 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning. It is currently 64 degrees here at the studios of The Source. And broadcast live from the if you didn't already ever at the mall and you're walking into the entrance by the food court, just look to your right and wave through the window. Somebody should be in here if we're broadcasting live at that time. We broadcast live every morning from 7 till noon on AM Ocala Live, and every afternoon from 3 till 6 on the Voice of Ocala. And, of course, we're here live the other times, and the shows are live, but they're coming in through, what do you call satellites and things like that. So there's a little promo for the station. All right, news and commentary is what I wanted to do, right? I've got a whole bunch of stories. So I'll start with this one out of New York City. A New York City police officer died last night. He was shot in the head while chasing a robbery suspect in East Harlem. His name is Randolph Holder. He's a third-generation police officer. He's the fourth member of the New York City Police Department killed in the line of duty in that city in 11 months. Meanwhile, down here in Florida, rallies are planned this week to protest the shooting death of Corey Jones, a 31-year-old man who was shot and killed by a police officer who was wearing civilian clothing and driving an unmarked car. The circumstances of the shooting are murky, according to the news, other than Jones's family said his car had broken down on I-95 and police said he was armed. Crazy story. We watched another crazy story, a video, and you probably saw it. Apparently, it's got millions and millions of hits, and I'm glad because the guy in this video definitely needs to be demonized or something. It was a motorcycle passing on a double yellow line, and while that's illegal and unsafe, he certainly didn't deserve to be swiped off the road by the guy driving the white car. So the guy driving the white car, 64, 65 years old, something of that nature, he is seen in the video because there's a guy wearing a helmet cam on a motorcycle, following the motorcycle that gets knocked off the road by this guy. Now, the man driving the car who hit the motorcycle says he didn't swerve on purpose. He had a bee, or maybe it was a spider, bite his leg. And it caused him to flinch, causing him to go, no. Here's how I believe, here's why I believe the guy's lying in that regard. Because the guy on the motorcycle behind the motorcycle that was hit has the cam on his helmet, and he gets off his bike, walks up to the guy and says, "Why did you do that?" The guy gets out of his car and says, "I don't care. I don't care." And they starts to point and indicate the guy was breaking the law. So in other words, he made up the story about, this is my supposition, I'm supposing he made it up just for legal purposes, but he made up the story after the fact to protect himself. But he clearly, I mean, you saw, you did not see it, Rob, you said you walked away. But anyway, so, I mean, it's just a horrible, horrible story. Mexico was real close to capturing a fugitive named El Chapo. You've probably heard of him. Joaquin Guzman is his real name. He got away, but not before tumbling off a cliff and hurting himself. Authorities believe Guzman broke a leg and injured his face in the fall, which happened October 9th near the town of Cosala in the mountains of Mexico's Sinaloa state. Guzman's bodyguards grabbed him at the bottom of the cliff and spirited him away through a dense forest, and the hunt continues. Wow, El Chapo. But do you remember south of the border, the attraction, whatever it is, it's a tourist stop.
Yeah.
In South Carolina, they always had a character they called El Cheapo. Do you remember that?
I don't remember the character, no.
El Cheapo. Representative Paul Ryan inched closer last night to running for Speaker of the House, but only if his conditions are met. Ryan says he will only go for the job if he has the full backing of the House Republican members. He does not want to... he doesn't want to barely get the 218 votes he needs to become Speaker. He wants a firm endorsement from 3 groups inside the House Republican Conference: the moderate Tuesday group, which is a definite yes, the Republican Study Committee, which is another yes, and the conservative House Freedom Caucus, and nobody really knows how they want to vote.
They're all a bunch of babies.
Ryan's decision will come within a week.
They're all a bunch of babies. What about Daniel Webster? He's out there.
A lot of people want Daniel Webster in there.
Yeah.
The Marion County Commission voted 3-2 yesterday to approve the chicken slaughterhouse, poultry slaughterhouse.
Oh, gosh, they approved that.
Why is that such a bad thing? I don't understand why this particular one. I mean, it's a chicken. Does anybody fill me in on this?
It smells, because when I lived up in Cudahy with Patrick Cudahy, when the wind was right and everything, it was a slaughterhouse. I mean, they did everything from unloading the cattle from the train to processing it to putting it in trucks to go to the stores, and it was just.
Well, what do you? I mean, you have to have a place to get chickens. I mean,
I go to
Chick-fil-A.
No, that's true. That's true.
I mean, I love Chick-fil-A. You got to get that chicken from somewhere.
I guess I got to study it more. I shouldn't have an opinion on it. I should really look into it.
But anyway,
it's
too late to have an opinion. The county commission said, "Yeah, go for it."
Oh, okay. Well, good. That'll bring jobs, though. So that's the ultimate thing. You need to have jobs.
The 3 commissioners that voted for it were Carl Zalak, Earl Arnett, and Sam McLean. Kathy Bryant and David Moore opposed it. See, now the same lineup. Did the library thing? See,
yes, exactly.
And I supported Kathy Bryant and David Moore in the library thing.
Yeah. The commissioner shut down the library.
But it's 2 separate things. I didn't really have that emotional of an attachment to this issue. I thought of it as, well, don't we have? I mean, don't chickens feed people? I mean, isn't that the whole? I mean, why did God put chickens on the planet?
Yeah, that's a good. That's a good way.
I mean, think about it. We supposed to just watch them walking around? Oh, that could be dinner for some starving family.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry, chickens. That's just the way it is. Don't blame me. Blame God.
I'm swayed. You convinced me.
Did I? Good.
Yes, you did. You convinced me.
Charlie Crist, back in the news. He's running for Congress this time.
Oh, okay. He's a flip-flopper. Running for Congress.
Still a Democrat. He just likes being in office. That's what I think.
Yeah.
All right. How about this horrible story? Ready for this one? A widow is suing 2 Buffalo area hospitals, Buffalo, New York, after her 46-year-old husband was erroneously declared dead last year.
Oh.
Erroneously. Oh. And no one believed her when she insisted he was alive.
Oh.
Michael Cleveland is her husband. He suffered a heart attack on October 10th. His wife, Tammy, rushed to the emergency room at DeGraff Memorial Hospital in Tonawanda, only to be told by Dr. Gregory Perry that he had been unable to restart her husband's heart. Michael was declared dead at 8:29 p.m. Tammy and her daughter and her stepson went to see his body, and they were shocked. The doctor said that it would appear that he was breathing, but he really wasn't. He tried to hug me, she said.
Oh.
He tried to hug me. Perry, Gregory Perry, who the news notes had been a licensed physician for 15 months, and other medical staff refused to believe Tammy's pleas, saying that he tried to hug her, telling her any movement she was witnessing was because he had life expelling out of his body. Even a coroner who came for the body told Perry to call when he stopped showing signs of life, according to a private investigator who interviewed the coroner. At 11:10, nearly 3 hours after he'd been declared dead, Perry gave in and checked Michael out, proclaiming, "My God, he's got a pulse," to which Tammy replied, "No kidding."
Oh.
Michael was rushed to Buffalo General Medical Center, where he was declared dead for real the next morning, and where Tammy was told that if he had been treated earlier for a collapsed lung punctured during CPR, he may have lived.
Oh, no. Oh.
Anyway, so how's that story? That's a crazy story.
That is very, very crazy.
We'll take a little break. On the other side, I've got a story about an asteroid passing very close to Earth on Halloween.
Cool.
Yeah. We hope.
Oh.
We hope it's cool, Robin. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accidents. It'll be partly sunny today and increasingly windy. Watch out for a shower, high 80 to 84. Partly cloudy tonight with less wind. There can be a shower along the coast, low 64 and a few inland spots, 73 at the beaches. For tomorrow and Friday, partly sunny and breezy with a passing shower each day. High of both days, 82 to 86. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
Over the past 10 years, most fire stations phased out the poles and replaced them with either stairs or the latest weapon in firefighting, the fireman's slide. Simply locking eyes with somebody makes them seem more attractive than someone who isn't looking your way. You're going to love this new type of therapy. It's bibliotherapy. Basically, a therapist recommends books to help you work through whatever issues you may have.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Coming off their impressive 20-point victory over Louisville, the Florida Seminoles traveled this week up to Atlanta, Georgia to take on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. This game is a 7 o'clock kickoff right here on WOCA, brought to you by Tri-Eagle Sales and Distribution, your Bud Light distributor in the Ocala area. Don't miss it. 7 p.m. kickoff right here on WOCA, The Source.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business. Because we're not an auto dealer, not a bank, we're not your mother. We're OcalaForSales.com, Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down, log on to OcalaForSales. Inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer charge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking: I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
All right, 12 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. The foliage is making its way down the nation as we get deeper and deeper into fall. And if you are a foliage fan, this is a good time right now. October 24th, I'm looking at there's a website with a map. Go to SmokyMountains.com /fall foliage map and put a hyphen between the three words. So SmokyMountains.com /fall foliage map, and you'll come to the fall foliage prediction map. If you click on October 24th, which is the next date on this little sliding scale thing, it shows that just over the Florida state line into Georgia, you will reach foliage that is at its partial state. About halfway up the state of Georgia, you will reach foliage that is near the peak, and if you're at Atlanta and further north, you will be at foliage that is at its peak. If you're going on the 24th, let's see, today's the 21st, 22nd, so that'll be Saturday. So that'll be Saturday. Of course, this is a prediction. And then if you wait till October 31st, if you wait till Halloween for your foliage drive, you can get the darker or the more colorful leaves closer to home, just on the other side of the state line. There's nothing in Florida. The entire Gulf Coast, from a sliver of Texas, a sliver of Louisiana, a sliver of tiny bit of Mississippi and Alabama, and then of course the entire state of Florida, all show no foliage at all, even through November 7th and November 14th. So we just don't get included in on this. So.
No, not till Christmas Day or New Year's Day.
Yeah, but we don't really ever not really get it. It's just we don't really get it. All right, I told you I would tell you about an asteroid flying by the Earth on Halloween night. It's the size of a skyscraper. That's how big it is.
Oh my gosh.
Size of a skyscraper. Think about the Empire State Building flying through space. but scrunched up like a rock. Anyway, according to scientists, they only discovered this 11 days ago.
Wow.
They only discovered it 11 days ago. Asteroid 2015 TB145 is what it's called. It was discovered on October 10th by the Panoramic Survey Telescope and Rapid Response System in Hawaii.
Oh my. Here's
a quote from NASA. They say this is the closest approach by a known object this large until 1999 AN10 approaches within 1 lunar distance in August of 2027. So in 1999, they discovered an asteroid that will pass our Earth at the same distance as the Moon.
Wow.
This one will pass... I read it earlier. I'll find it. The flyby represents a truly outstanding scientific opportunity to study the physical properties of this object. It's amazing. As far away as the Moon, they can still learn about it. The lunar distance, or the average distance between the Earth and the Moon, is 239,000 miles. If you're ever on Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Well, I was watching this thing on what do you call that show again? The Jimmy Fallon Tonight Show.
Yeah,
the Tonight Show. And so Jeff Foxworthy was on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and they had 2 other celebrities. Can't remember who the other ones were, but anyway, one other celebrity, some hip hop guy, whatever. Anyway, so they were trying to guess how far the sun was, away from the Earth. Okay, so Jimmy Fallon guessed 20,000 miles. Now the Moon is 239,000 miles.
Yeah.
Now if I was going to guess it, I would have said it's close to 250,000 miles, so I would have been a little bit off. But Jimmy Fallon said 20,000 miles. So the way you get a point is you have to be the closest. And so the other team, with the hip-hop guy and the 5th grader, the hip-hop guy says, well, I fly at 37,000 miles above the Earth. So therefore, it must be further than that. The sun must be farther away than 37,000 miles. To which Jimmy Fallon, to his credit, said, no, that's 37,000 feet, not 37,000 miles. Of course, they were all putting the sun way too close to the Earth for comfort.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, getting back to the asteroid story, Earth Sky reports that the asteroid will pass Earth at a distance of 310,000 miles from Earth.
Gosh.
So not that much farther away than the Moon is. It'll be traveling at a speed of 78,000 miles per hour. You can imagine if something the size of a skyscraper were to hit Earth at 78,000 miles an hour, what kind of damage that would cause.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, amateur astronomers may be able to see the asteroid using telescopes of 8-inch diameter or larger on the night of October 30th and before dawn on Halloween morning. The fact that astronomers only discovered this 3 weeks before its flyover makes us all a little bit nervous, doesn't it?
Yes.
Because we don't have time to go shoot it out of the sky. If we ever discover one that's coming toward us and it's only 3 weeks in advance, I guess you say, where's it going to hit? Because I need to move if it's my backyard.
Exactly.
because it will put a big hung. If it hits one of the oceans, get to the middle of the continent you're living in. Because if it hits the middle of the ocean, guess what will happen? It'll be a tsunami on every coast. If the Atlantic Ocean, it would be a tsunami in England. It would be a tsunami in New York, in Florida, probably the South America, everywhere. There'd be a tsunami. Yeah. So just go to Kansas.
That's right.
Everybody just get over to the middle.
And get some scuba gear.
Good morning. You're on the air. Some scuba gear.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, Hugh. How you doing?
Pretty good. I wanted to be a tsunami in my pool.
What?
A tsunami in my pool.
Oh, a tsunami in your pool. Yeah, I think there would be. Yeah.
That'd be something to wait for. Say, getting back to that guy that knocked that guy on a bicycle, on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
That's going to be kind of an interesting thing to kind of watch when the lawyers get a hold of that, because for one thing, he was passing on a double line, so he shouldn't have been where he was. And the guy that said he got bit by a bee or a spider showed the officer a welt. They got a picture of a welt on his leg or wherever it was that would bit him. So it'd be kind of interesting to see what happens there, you know. And when it's all said and done, you think the motorcycle guy should get a ticket for passing on a double line.
Yeah, he should get a ticket for passing a double. Yeah, and the other guy should get arrested for attempted vehicular homicide.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of hard to prove that, though, because he did show a welt on his leg that something, and he was distracted.
Yeah.
Even though he made some stupid commentary afterwards, but still, it'll be interesting to follow that.
You've got a point. The legal case will be interesting, and you're probably right. That's the approach of whoever lawyer is representing him. But
maybe the lawyer guy coming up.
But what is your gut feeling? What is your gut feeling? Do you think, Hugh? What is your gut feeling? Do you think he did it on purpose?
It kind of like looks that way.
Sure does.
If he would have said something like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it," something.
Absolutely.
It would have changed the whole thing differently.
Absolutely.
You know? But what he had to say kind of criminalized him, you know.
There you go. Absolutely. Yeah. The gut feeling I have is
what happens.
Yeah, I know. The legal part will be interesting, but it doesn't change my thought on it. All right. Thank you, Hugh. Appreciate the call. Yeah, I think he did it on purpose. Good morning. You're on the air.
Oh, maybe he just happened to have a spider bite. That was convenient.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Or he could have poked himself in the leg with a pencil after he made that story up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But you know, I can tell you from my own experience, even if somebody is killed on the road, and then the vehicle that hits them drives away, they still put down, for instance, in Stephanie's case, that she was crossing between whites, you know, that it was illegal crossing. And they had to put that. I mean, and they warned me that it would be there in the report. But so they always have to put both things, you know?
Yeah, well, yeah, and I wouldn't. I'm sure that is part of the report. It's just what is your gut feeling of the intent? In any case, that's important too.
I don't think he's a very nice man.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah. So anyway.
All right, thank you, Beth. Thank you. Let's see. Also on the news, a few more things. Let's see. Consumer Reports took away its recommendation for Tesla's Model S car. It's gotten top marks in the past from Consumer Reports, but this time around the report says the car's reliability is not great, and customers have had problems with things like charging equipment and leaks. The car still apparently drives well, but it has some problems. So Consumer Reports took away its recommendation for the Tesla Model S car. And yesterday, the American Cancer Society announced new guidelines that say women with an average risk of breast cancer should start getting mammograms later and less often.
Gosh.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are reacting, how they're reacting. The organization used to tell women to start getting annual mammograms at the age of 40, but now they're saying women should wait until 45. And after turning 55, they say it's okay to get the screening every other year. That's because research found that lots of women get false positives, and that can lead to harsh treatment, like biopsies and unnecessary surgery, unnecessary radiation. You're kidding me, really?
That is such a hard thing for me to believe as far as mammograms go.
And then Jim Webb, who was former Senator Jim Webb from the state of Virginia, who was one of the presidential candidates, you probably heard this yesterday on the Democratic debate, whatever, a week ago or so, decided he was not going to run, and then sort of changed his story. He said, well, maybe I'll run as an independent. So he's not. This is the guy who was the Vietnam vet, by the way.
Oh, okay.
You remember him? He was the one that everybody said, who? Who's he?
Yeah, right.
But and anyway, so he was thinking just dropping out completely, then saying, well, maybe I'll run as an independent. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, let's push forward on the other side. Galen Hunold, and lightening up the topics considerably. The Back to the Future predictions that came true.
Nice.
Today is October 21st, 2015. This is the future.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio. I'm Millian Wu. A police officer gunned down in the line of duty in New York City.
Officer Rudolph Holder responded to reports of an armed robber on the city's Upper East Side. Holder pursued and shots rang out, with the officer hit in the forehead.
Was killed in the line of duty, murdered.
New York City Police Commissioner Bill Bratton reacted to details of the officer's death.
Fox Radio's Tom Graham. The suspect is in custody with a leg wound. Police in Detroit, meanwhile, say they've arrested a suspect